Hello, welcome to eLairik educational video on HTML elements and attributes. You will need a simple text editor and a browser. I am using Notepad++ and Google Chrome on Windows 10. In our previous video on Introduction to HTML, we were introduced to HTML, used text editor to create a basic web page that displayed only few contents. We discussed basic structure of HTML-based web page and mentioned the concept of tag nesting. Now let us discuss HTML tags and attributes. These topics will be very interesting when accompanied by HTML coding and seeing the results in each piece of knowledge that we learn along. An HTML element can simply be expressed as follows: opening tag, content, closing tag. For example, h1 opening tag, heading for a paragraph, h1 closing tag. Let us see some HTML tags to see the result for each of them while I explain them along the way. That way you will be learning with fun and also have a better ground with HTML coding. We will go a bit quickly so that you don't spend longer time on watching this video. Instead, you get more time to play and have fun while practicing on your own. Let us go through some HTML tags quickly. Head and heading. Please note that heading is different from head in HTML context. Head element contains metadata of the document and locates outside the body element. We can say that head element is not a child of body element. On the other hand, heading element is by structure inside the body element, so body element is parent of heading element. Let me show you a diagram for better understanding. Child element resides in the parent element. Heading tag describes a heading for subsequent elements like a paragraph. In order of importance, heading can be leveled from h1 to h6, h1 being the most important. They are also displayed in subsequently decreasing font size by default by almost all browsers, h1 being the largest. However, you can change these using style attribute. We will discuss style attribute a bit near the ending of this video and more in another separate video. Let us perform coding in text editor, save and see the result in our browser. For this, I will work on two windows, one for the text editor and another for the browser. I will explain using slides, do the coding in our text editor, save the code and open the file in browser and refresh in subsequent steps. I will repeat the procedure after each explanation, so please watch and learn carefully. Let me quickly create a simple HTML with some content. Open a new file in text editor, write the minimal codes. You can refer to our video on Introduction to HTML for better understanding of the basic elements that I am coding. Doc type declaration, HTML element, head element, title element, and here is the body element. H1 tags for a heading, P tags for a paragraph. Press Ctrl+S to save the new file. Select a location of your choice in your system. In my case, E drive eLairik demo-htdocs. It is a good practice to keep your files and folders organized. Give the file a name eLairik-html-practice in my case. Save the file as HTML with .html extension. Click on Save button. Open the HTML file in our browser. Okay, it's working. The title in the title bar and content. Let us start our work with heading tags. h1 element, h2 element, h3 element, h4 element, h5 element, and h6 element. Save the file by pressing Ctrl+S to enable our saved HTML codes. Refresh the browser to instruct the browser to reload the source file. Results in the browser. Isn't it interesting? Paragraph element indicates a paragraph. Occurrence of opening and closing P tags define that the content within is a paragraph. Let us add some paragraphs in the content between different heading elements. Paragraph tags, content, another paragraph tag, content. Save the file by pressing Ctrl+S. Let us see the result in the browser. Refresh the browser. Break, line break. Line break in HTML is defined by BR tag. Let us add some line breaks in between our paragraphs. Here is a BR tag, another, and another BR tag. Save. Refresh result in the browser. Horizontal rule. HR tag displays a horizontal line in the content and indicates a change in the nature of content or theme. Save the file. Refresh result in the browser. As we come to the opportunity, let us discuss two things quickly: empty tags and how do browsers parse HTML spaces. Empty tags are those tags that necessarily have no content. For example, a line break cannot have a content as it just indicates a space. A horizontal rule cannot have a content as it is just a line that runs across the content. You can shorten the empty tags into a single tag by adding a slash just before the greater than symbol in the opening tag and then omit the closing tag. Let us now learn spaces and HTML. When the browser finds and interprets, or we can say parse, extra unnecessary spaces in an HTML code, it generally reduces to only one space. Just writing the textual content of an element with extra spaces and pressing a lot of enter keys will not make the browser to parse the same way as we typed the content. Let us verify by coding. Here is the content of a paragraph. Let me add extra spaces and let me press enter a couple of times here. Save, refresh. This is the result in the browser. Okay, then we will see the next tag very related. The pre-tags tell browser to parse the content in the same way as typed by conserving all the spaces and nature as typed. Let us see in our code. Now I will just add the pre-opening tag before our previously discussed content and now a pre-closing tag after that. Let me also add some other characters like double quotations with spaces, hyphen, comma. Let us see the result. Save the file, refresh the browser. This is the result. Adding a link. What will you require? Tag for telling the browser that the content is a link. Content to display in your web page for the user to see, and the link to which you want to direct the user when they click on the content. Let us learn by coding. Anchor tags tell the browser that the content is linked to some place in the web or internet or a document. For simplicity, let us consider linking to another web page, eLairik.com in our case. So here is our anchor tags. Let us add a content. eLairik homepage. Save the file, refresh the browser. This is the result. Let us click on the content eLairik homepage. Nothing happens. There is something missing or wrong with our code. Let us revisit our code. The browser does not know where the anchored content is linked. We need to specify further in our anchor tag that eLairik.com is the link to be anchored. Let us add further specifications to the anchor tag. Inside the opening anchor tag, add this. After a space href equal to within double quotes eLairik.com. href stands for hypertext reference. Now let us see the result. Save, refresh. This is the result. Now click on the anchored content eLairik.com homepage. We can see that we are redirected to the link eLairik.com that we added to href as its value. Further details given to our anchor tag is called an attribute of our anchor tag. We have seen the href attribute to an anchor tag. Attributes are always defined in the opening tag, generally written in pair of components, property and value. In our previous anchor element, href is the property and the link eLairik.com is the value. They are expressed as property equal to within double quotes value. Now let us learn to give some styles to our HTML elements. Style attribute defines the style of the content. You can add style attribute to many HTML elements. Expression for style attribute is as follows. Within opening tag, tag name style equal to open double quote property1 colon value 1 semicolon property2 colon value 2 semicolon and so on semicolon close double quotes. Content to be styled closing tag. Don't you want to change the color of your web page background? You can do it by adding style attribute to the body element. Let me show you now. Here is the opening tag of body element. Let us add style attribute equal to open double quotes, close double quotes. Property for giving background color is easy to remember. The property name is background. Then you can give any of the valid color keywords: red, green, blue, black, white, gray, etc. There are numerous valid colors. You can also mix red, green and blue components in various proportions to get your favorite color with a range of color strengths. We will discuss a little more on colors in another video that I am presently making. Colors too is a very interesting topic, and more so because in our video we are not only listening and watching, but we are also doing our work of coding and seeing the results together. Do not be afraid to try new things. There are HTML tags to materialize all your ideas in your web page relating to structures and some presentations. It is on how wisely you use them. Most of the tags are supported by popular browsers and some are proprietary tags. To maintain uniformity and compatibility, there are standard tags that are recommended and published from time to time. For a complete reference on published HTML 5.2 tags, go to the following link: https://w3.org/tr/html52/. I hope you have learned a great deal about HTML elements and tags, a bit on attributes and styles. You have also learned a bit on style attribute, property and its value, and some valid color keywords. Try this. Change the background of a paragraph into gray. Try adding a text as a content between opening HR and closing HR tags. Let us know what did you find and what do you understand. In our next video, we will discuss colors along with making an HTML table using table element. We will then make a table with various colors in the cells of the table like this. We will also learn to get our favorite colors by mixing red, green and blue components in various proportions. Let us know if you liked or did not like this video. Let us know what you have to say. Feel free to express anything good or bad so that we can improve with your ideas and get motivation with your valuable words. eLairik.com is an educational website promoting free and accessible education to enable reach of education to those in great need. Setting up and running such a website and making online videos involve a great deal of time, effort, equipments, finance and knowledge in addition to motivation. To encourage us, you can donate using the following link if you want: paypal.me/eLairik. Your donations will fuel us in making further videos on a range of topics and to promote free and accessible education through eLairik. See you. Bye-bye.